Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing something a little different. Instead of grammar drills or vocabulary lists, you're going to listen in on a conversation, an authentic, fictional dialogue between two people talking about their daily routines. But here's the twist. This isn't your usual small talk. Their exchange is detailed, quirky, and personal, full of little habits, hidden emotions, and surprising insights. It's the kind of conversation you'd overhear on a bus or in a cafe, the kind that makes you stop and think about your own life. As you listen, pay attention to the natural rhythm of their words, the expressions they use, and the way routine can reveal so much about who we are. This is English you can truly feel, not just study. So, sit back, relax, and imagine you're right there with them, eavesdropping on a conversation that feels both familiar and completely new. Let's dive in. You'll laugh, but I start every morning by staring at the ceiling for exactly 7 minutes.
7? Not 5 or 10?
7 feels precise without being too neat. I set a timer. During that time, I do nothing. Just watch the tiny crack above my bed. It makes me feel like I've honored my laziness before the chaos starts.
That's oddly ceremonial. My mornings are the opposite. I rush straight into the shower before my brain realizes I'm awake. If I hesitate, I'll talk myself into calling in sick.
So the shower is your trapdoor.
Exactly. And I brush my teeth in the shower too. My students think I'm organized, but in reality, I'm a man multitasking with toothpaste in his hair.
That's hilarious. I can't do showers first thing. They feel too aggressive, like the water's interrogating me. I start with toast. Always burns a little. If it's not, I'll retoast it.
On purpose?
Yep, I like the crunch. It feels like I'm biting back at the day.
That's strangely poetic. My breakfast is usually half a banana while I'm grading last night's homework. Sometimes I only eat the top half and save the rest, but I forget about it, so my desk drawer is basically a graveyard of banana ends.
That's disgusting. Do your students know?
God, I hope not. It's my dirty little secret. What about you after breakfast?
I light a candle. Doesn't matter if it's morning, lavender, sandalwood, even pumpkin spice in July. I can't start sketching until something's burning beside me.
Like a ritual?
Yeah. It makes me feel less alone, like the flames keeping me company.
I get that. At school, I always start class by drawing the same crooked parabola on the board. It's become a running joke. The kids groan and say, "Sir, your parabola's dying again." But if I don't draw it, I feel unsettled, like the room doesn't belong to me.
See? Same thing. The candle, the parabola, they're both anchors.
True, though I envy your freedom. After school, my routine's predictable. Collapse on the couch, scroll mindlessly, then convince myself to cook something resembling dinner.
What's resembling dinner?
Frozen dumplings or a fried egg over rice if I'm ambitious. Once I ate cereal with a side of pickles. Don't ask why.
That's not dinner, that's chaos. I cook obsessively, 3 dishes minimum, even if I'm alone. Sometimes I don't even eat it all, but I like filling the fridge. It's like proof I existed that day.
Wow, I wish I had that drive. For me, proof I existed is when my socks make it to the laundry basket.
Softly. I think food is my way of pretending I have a family around the table.
Ah, I get that. My apartment is quiet too. That's why I leave the TV on, even if I'm not watching. Just voices in the background.
I do the same with podcasts. I pick ones where people argue about random stuff, like whether cereal is soup. The absurdity keeps me sane.
Do you ever feel like our routines are just scaffolding holding up loneliness?
All the time. But scaffolding's still structure. I'd collapse without it.
Same. For example, every night before bed, I write one sentence in a notebook. Just one. Sometimes it's profound, like, Today, Marcus understood inertia. Sometimes it's dumb, like the cat looked disappointed in me.
That's beautiful. I keep a sketchbook by my bed, but I don't draw in it. I write grocery lists I will never use. Something about lists comforts me.
It's control, right? Tiny illusions of order.
Exactly. Do you ever break routine on purpose just to test yourself?
Once, I skipped brushing my teeth before class as an experiment. I felt off the entire day, like the world noticed my rebellion.
The universe smelled your rebellion. I did the opposite once. Changed everything in one morning. Ate cereal before drying, walked barefoot, didn't light the candle. By noon, I was crying in the bathroom for no reason.
That's the thing. They seem silly, but they're threads keeping us stitched. Pull one too hard and everything unravels.
Maybe routines aren't cages like people think. Maybe they're secret maps of who we really are.
Yeah, my banana graveyard, your burnt toast, our shared loneliness, all little fingerprints of identity.
Makes me wonder if someone followed us for a week, not listening to what we said, but watching what we repeated, would they know us better than we know ourselves?
Probably. And maybe that's terrifying. Or maybe it's comforting that our quirks make us human, not perfect schedules.
Maybe. Tomorrow, I'll still stare at my ceiling crack for 7 minutes.
And I'll still kill another banana half, but somehow talking about it makes it feel less absurd.
Yeah, less absurd, more life. You'd probably laugh, but I start every morning by drawing a square on a sticky note. Just a plain square.
A square? That's it?
Yep. If the square's crooked, I know I'm going to have a bad day. If it's neat, I breathe easier. It's ridiculous, but it's my private weather forecast.
That's not ridiculous at all. I eat a spoonful of honey straight from the jar before bed, every single night, like some weird bedtime ritual for Winnie the Pooh.
Does it actually help?
I tell myself it keeps my throat soothed, because you never know when you'll have to yell instructions over sirens. But honestly, I think I just like the comfort of sweetness before everything turns dark.
That makes sense, though. I used to keep chocolate by my bed when I lived alone, just one piece before sleep. It felt like a friend that never failed me.
Funny how these tiny things hold us together. You'd think routines are about productivity, but really they're survival.
Exactly. Like after work, I go straight to the laundromat, even if I don't have laundry. I just sit there, listening to the hum of the machines. It's calming.
You sit in laundromats with no laundry.
Yep. Nobody questions you. Everyone's too busy waiting. It's the safest kind of invisibility.
I get that. After a night shift, I drive past my apartment and park 2 blocks away. Just sit in the car for half an hour. I don't even turn the engine off. It's like I need to pause between being life or death speaker 2 and guy who feeds his cat.
You're afraid to bring the job home with you.
More like afraid to admit I don't know how to stop carrying it.
Yeah, I think we all carry invisible leftovers from the day. That's why I rearrange my bookshelf every Sunday. I don't even read the books, I just shuffle them around. Like, if I put the poetry closer to the cookbooks, maybe my life will feel more balanced.
You're architecting your inner chaos.
Guilty? And you? Any other secret routines?
I text myself reminders in the middle of the night. Not the usual kind, like, don't forget the rent. No, it's stranger. Last week I texted, teach the sunflower how to listen. I have no memory of writing that.
That sounds like poetry.
Or sleep-deprived madness. My phone is basically a confessional at 3 a.m.
I envy that, though. At least your chaos leaves clues. Mine just stays bottled until it seeps out sideways.
What do you mean?
Like how I can't fall asleep unless I've checked every light switch twice. Not once, twice. If I skip, I feel like something bad will happen.
Superstition?
Maybe. Or habits so old it's grown roots. My mom used to check the locks 3 times when my dad was away. Guess it trickled down.
You carry her fears the way I carry strangers' emergencies.
Yeah, our routines aren't just ours, they're inherited echoes.
That's heavy, but also kind of beautiful, like a chain of rituals holding families together.
Do you ever wish you could break yours? Just skip the honey, sit straight in your apartment after work.
Sometimes, but then I wonder, what if that tiny thread is the only thing keeping me stitched together?
That's exactly it. People think routine means boring, but it's the opposite. It's fragile magic.
Maybe that's why when I brush my cat, I always start behind the ears. Same order every night. He doesn't care, but if I don't, it feels wrong, like I've betrayed some unwritten contract.
My plants are like that. I water them in clockwise order around the living room. If I ever go counterclockwise, I feel like they'll punish me.
Your plants and my cat are probably conspiring.
Don't joke. I actually whispered an apology to my fern once after trimming it.
I've apologized to an ambulance for braking too hard at a red light. Machines, pets, plants, maybe we're just trying to make the world feel less lonely.
Maybe. Our routines are conversations no one else hears.
And if someone overheard, they'd probably think we're unhinged.
Or they'd realize that all of us are quietly inventing little rituals to survive. We just don't admit it.
Which makes me wonder, what's stranger, talking to a blender or pretending we're perfectly normal when nobody really is?
I'll take the blender. At least it listens. You'd probably find it strange, but I start every morning by dusting the tops of my books.
Just the tops?
Yeah, not the shelves, not the spines, only the tops. It feels like I'm greeting them, brushing off yesterday so they can breathe again.
That's oddly gentle. My mornings are the opposite. I roll out of bed at noon, kick aside last night's shoes, and stare at the fridge like it owes me rent.
That's the night shift life, huh? What's in the fridge?
Usually nothing worth eating. A jar of pickles, half-empty mustard, and water bottles. Sometimes I'll eat pickles straight from the jar while still in my pajamas. It's a sad kind of breakfast.
Or rebellious. Pickles for breakfast feels like breaking a rule no one made.
Maybe, but it's not glamorous. You with your book dusting, that sounds almost holy.
Holy, please. I once spent 20 minutes talking to a crooked bookmark before coffee.
You talk to it?
Whispered, actually. It was wedged in so stubbornly, I thought it deserved encouragement.
You might need therapy.
Probably. What about you? Any rituals besides your pickle ceremony?
I always walk my hallway 3 times before leaving for work. Don't know why. Habit, maybe. My neighbor probably thinks I'm pacing like a criminal.
3 times exactly?
Yeah, once feels careless, twice feels unfinished, but three feels like balance.
That makes sense. I do something similar. Every night before bed, I arrange my shoes in pairs facing east.
East? Why east?
Because my grandma told me once that shoes pointing east invite safe dreams. I don't actually believe it, but now if I don't do it, I lie awake waiting for nightmares.
See? We're both prisoners of our quirks.
Or caretakers of them. Depends on how you look at it.
True. At work, I patrol the same empty halls every night. The vending machine hum becomes like a lullaby. Sometimes I stop and talk to the soda cans, as if they're coworkers.
Do they answer back?
Only in fizz.
I like that. My coworkers are quieter. They're glue pots and paperweights. But I swear, each one has its own mood.
That's what I like about routines. They make inanimate things come alive. A hallway, a vending machine, a glue pot. They become characters in your life.
Exactly. People underestimate routines. They think repetition is boring, but sometimes it's where the magic hides.
like when I sit at my post around 3 a.m. That's the hour where silence feels thicker, like the building itself is dreaming. I write down the oddest sentences then.
Sentences.
Yeah, little fragments. Last night I wrote, "The exit sign blinks like a tired eye."
That's beautiful. You're like a secret poet in uniform.
Don't tell anyone. What about you? Do you ever write things down?
Only grocery lists that turn into confessions, like eggs, milk, more patience.
I'd buy that list.
You'd be disappointed. My fridge is full of sauces, jars and jars, soy, chili, hoisin, mustard. I collect them like other people collect stamps.
So you could host a condiment museum.
Pretty much, but I almost never use them. Just knowing they're there comforts me.
That's what my pickle jar does. Maybe routines are just ways of proving to ourselves we're not alone.
Or ways of controlling the uncontrollable.
Yeah, like tonight I'll walk those halls again. The lights will flicker in the same place, the air vent will sigh in the same rhythm. And weirdly, that makes me feel safe.
I get that. Tomorrow, I'll dust the books again, line up my shoes east, and whisper to the stubborn bookmark. And maybe it'll feel like the world hasn't fallen apart yet.
You ever wonder if someone followed us for a week? Just watching our routines, they'd know us better than our friends do.
Probably. They'd see the truths hidden in repetition, not the stories we tell, but the ones we act out every single day.
Makes me think, maybe routines aren't cages. Maybe they're love letters to ourselves.
Quietly, I like that. Yeah, love letters and dust and pickles.
Strange poetry, but it's ours.